new slide area or maximize it to full screen by clicking on the arrows in the top right corner. If you have any questions during the webcast, you can submit them to the Q&A tool. We will try to answer these in our Q&A session at the end of the presentations. For the best viewing experience, we recommend using a wired internet connection and closing any programs or internet browser sessions running in the background. If you have any further questions, please just let us know through the Q&A box. I would now like to introduce our speaker for today. We have Mr. Sunil Lakmakure, Technical Support Specialist, CSD, Adжилент Technologies. I would like to thank him for taking the time out of his busy schedule to be here with us today. Now, I would like to hand it over to our speaker, Mr. Lakmakure. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tejas. Thank you for introducing me. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining this important webinar on supplies. And we are having a power pack 3-part series for all of you, where we will be talking on LC supplies, GC supplies, and spectroscopy supplies. So starting today, the first session we will be discussing on LC supplies. And as the title says, these are the very small parts, the supplies for an instrument, but they make a very big difference. And making the right connections through these parts makes very important to work for your day-to-day analysis. So be with me for the next 1 hour. I will surely give you some valuable information, very good content that will be helpful for you for your day-to-day analysis. So just to start with, to give you the introduction, when we are talking about the supplies, there is always one thing important, that our high-end instruments, the complete instrument range. So we have one family for that, where we cover everything under the one brand name, which is Infinity Lab family. So not only our instruments, like our different modules like 1220, 1260, 1290, but also our columns and also our supplies come under this complete one umbrella to give you the seamless performance and very good experience with respect to working with all these supplies. So all LC supplies which are related with the Infinity Lab supplies, they are designed and they are designed and also they are made in for the form to work with your instrument seamlessly and to give you the unique experience. So it includes our columns, our supplies, our lamps, then our LC bottles and other things. Okay, so we'll see one by one all these supplies, how they are important and what are the components of your supplies comes into this Infinity Lab umbrella family. So these are the small parts in your workflow where they will make a big difference if any of the supply is not working properly for you, and definitely if any of the supply is limited with you and you are not having the access to that, then also your analysis get affected. And overall, in turn, it affects your analytical instrument efficiency, your lab efficiency. Also, if you don't have the right supplies, then it will be very difficult to work with respect to the ease of use. So very much important that you should have the right supplies, especially with respect to the instrument. They should work seamlessly and also they should be safe to use. So we have everything under one umbrella, which is ease of use, safety, and also the low cost of ownership. Because nowadays, with respect to the current market scenario, everything with respect to cost also is to be taken into consideration. So we have a list of supplies, if you can see here on the screen, the Infinity Lab Stay Safe caps, your quick connect and quick turn fittings. One by one we'll see all these different consumables, lamps, column identification tag, your instrument kits. They are also playing a very important role, maintenance kits, and well placed with respect to doing very less volume of injections. So, and also they are not available only for the normal instrument with respect to the LC, but they are also available for biounits. Biounit systems are those systems which are used for the biomolecules, which are generally tend to react with the normal stainless steel. And also we have the similar sort of supplies, complete range is extended to our prep HPLC system also. So when we will be going ahead with respect to the presentation, we'll see what is the wide range of portfolio we have, where we cater with respect to the support for the supplies in this category of Infinity Lab supplies. So going ahead, if you start with respect to the workflow, all of you working into a lab will be very much familiar with this sort of a workflow, where any analysis workflow of a sample, it includes the standard and sample preparation. So, and also when you talk about sample preparation, a lot of the most important part is the working out with the sample. What you get a clean sample. So sample preparation plays a major role. So we have the support with respect to that also. The mobile phase preparation, the degassing and filtration, and most important the column, guard columns, and the instrument. So all these important parameters in the workflow, each and individual parameters plays a very important role while working for any analysis of a sample. So we'll see one by one, like sample preparation, sample containment. So in sample preparation, there is a vast portfolio what Adжилент has with respect to the category of solid phase extraction, quenchers, filtrations. In sample containment, how you are going to introduce the sample into a system. So vials, if we talk about GC, we have the space vials, and then introduction of a sample into a system with the help of a syringes, separation on a system, and getting it detected. So different sort of detectors where we have LC, LCMS, RI, ALG detectors, and then finally the data analysis and reporting. To cut short, we will not discuss much with respect to the data analysis and reporting because then it will be a very long and lengthy presentation. But we will be focusing mostly with respect to preparation, sample preparation, containment, separation, and the detection. And we know in the separation how the columns plays a very important role, and also with respect to detection, the consumables plays a very important role. So going ahead, if we start with respect to the first part, the sample preparation. So sample preparation is the very most important critical part of any analysis. If you don't have a right sample, you will be landing up to a wrong result. But also not with respect to the wrong result, we may contaminate the system or we may also contaminate the column. So sample preparation plays a very important role. And don't just under the one impression that sample preparation just only means having a clean sample. Sometimes it is very important to concentrate the sample also if the sample quantity is very less. So it's very critical. So if you talk about sample preparation, removal of interference which will affect the detection of analyte, that is very much important. Your analyte should get detected. And then removal of interference too, which will not affect your instrument or the column. So that is also a very important part of sample preparation. And also as I said, if your sample quantity is very, very less, like if I am analyzing something from a pound, very small quantity, then I have to concentrate the sample. So there also sample preparation plays a very important role to enrich the sample or concentrate the sample to inject onto a system. And in some cases, samples are in a very, very strong solvent or such a solvent in which they will be not able to inject onto the system. So there also sample preparation plays a very important role to convert the solvent into a LCMS or LC amenable solvent system. So solvent switching also can be done with the help of a sample preparation. So if you talk broadly, as we have a big portfolio, I will discuss in brief with respect to what we have. We have the solid phase extraction sample preparation like the bond elute, and we have the quenchers, and then we have the protein precipitation and the filtration. So we have a complete list of different part numbers and different categories into that. To have a very brief idea, when you talk about protein precipitation, we have the brand names like Captiva, NDL, where we work for most of the analytes with no or very little method development. Also Captiva lipids are available. For filtrations, we have for removing particles, Captiva is there. So all these are available, and the even part numbers also are given over here. So most important thing, we try to include all the part numbers. If you are looking for any solution, you can have this ready reference. When we talk about the solid phase extraction, the most important thing is that it's very